Hello, everybody. My name is June West, and I'm going to talk to you today about what I think I would call a voyage of discovery throughout my life. And that voyage of discovery was looking for something which actually relates to words. So I'm going to start from when I was about 5. I was given a book by my parents, and it was called Verses for Children. When I started to read it, I found it was absolutely full of a treasury of words which opened the mind. One poem especially at that time came into mind, and the title was Great, Wide, Beautiful, Wonderful World. And the words in this poem, they were expressing the beauty of this earth, the grass, the rivers, the wind in the trees, the homes of people, their gardens, and also all the people walking on the surface of the earth. And at that age, this was an astonishing wonder to me. And I think it was probably because of this book that I came to love words. I've always loved words because of their power, particularly their power to convey beauty and also happiness, but also the opposites, the sorrow, the pleasure, the pain, wisdom, ignorance. And of course, this was acquired over many years, increasing in intensity in a way and enjoyment. But there was still something that was sort of missing. And it was something I was, I suppose, looking for. I didn't know what it was. What was this thing? Something that lay behind all that was being seen and experienced. And I started to read, and in my growing years, school years, I read many books about many things. And as I grew, there was poetry. And I do remember again to this day, William Blake's poem, The Auguries of Innocence, gave me the gift of these words at the beginning of his poem. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Then it was about that time that the question, what is spirit, started to echo in the mind. And it was growing up how to make sense of a world that is full of such beauty and happiness and light at one moment, and the next moment it can appear as the complete opposite, full of suffering and darkness. And then I discovered the Upanisads. And in the words of the translation, of course, of the ancient Upanisads, it presents these two states and also what lies behind them. So in a way, my question was being given back to me through the Upanishads. And I found the power and beauty of these words in the translations. We're very fortunate to have, especially those in the book that I'm going to use of Shri Purohit Swami and the great Irish poet W.B. Yeats. They join the Eastern and Western traditions, and to me, they are a clarion call to wake up to the truth that is within us. And the word Upanishad, it's a doctrine, it is a wisdom, and its meaning is at the feet of the master. And in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in book 5, The question, what is spirit, is answered as follows. The bright eternal self that is in the earth, the bright eternal self that lives in this body, are one and the same. That is immortality. That is spirit. That is all. And then in another book, in the Chandogya Upanishad, it's stated that the theme of these books is spirit. And it says this about it: I shall never deny spirit, nor spirit deny me. Let me be in union, communion with spirit. And in the wonderful day when we were all speaking these words, Richard Carter, the Reverend Richard Carter from St. Martin's in the Fields, made a reference to the Desert Fathers, where the teacher tells the supplicant, return to your soul, and your soul will teach you everything. Treasure the silence in our lives. God is our home. I found that absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to read you this extract from Book 8 from the Chandogya Upanishad, again about spirit. In this body, in this town of spirit, there is a little house shaped like a lotus. And in that house, there is a little space. One should know what is there. What is there? Why is it so important? There is as much in that little space within the heart as there is in the whole world outside. Heaven, earth, fire, wind, sun, moon, lightning, stars. Whatever is and whatever is not, everything is there. If everything is in man's body, every being, every desire, what remains when old age comes, when decay begins, when the body falls? What lies in that space does not decay when the body decays, nor does it fall when the body falls. That space is the home of spirit. Every desire is there. Self is there beyond decay and death, sin and sorrow, hunger and thirst, his aim truth, his will truth. Man can live in the body as long as he obeys the law, as a man may live in a certain farm, in a certain town, in a certain province, or wherever he fancy, if he obey the law. Earthly pleasures exhaust themselves. Heavenly pleasures exhaust themselves. Wherever men go without attaining self or knowing truth, they cannot move at their pleasure. But after attaining self and knowing truth, wherever they go, they move at their pleasure. Thank you. Let us rest with those words.